Welcome back to the Passport Pals podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Olivia.
And we're the Passport Pals.
Happy Friday, everybody.
We made it. Jinx.
We owe me a
Cruise.
Jinx again. Another cruise. Perhaps a balcony this time.
Ooh, sounds good.
How was your week?
It was good. Very relaxing. What about you?
It was good. It was nice. It feels like it's been going on for more than a week.
Yeah, it has been a really long week.
It's been a long week. Like, I cannot believe.
It's still the same.
It's still the same week.
But May flew by.
Yes.
We're still in like the first week of June still.
It's crazy. Yeah. That's so true. May flew by and June feels like it's dragging on.
Well,
which I'm okay
summer.
with. Yes, happy summer. Happy June.
Happy hurricane season for those cruising and living in Florida.
It's officially begun.
Yes.
We're
now,
here.
it doesn't really affect us really until like the fall, I say. But I think Cabo San Lucas just had a hurricane, the first one of the season.
Who knew?
But here in the Caribbean, we really don't feel it till like at least August. So you should be safe until then.
Typically.
But should we get into today's episode?
Let's do it.
So today we are talking about our experience on the Margaritaville at Sea Paradise. If you listened to our last episode, it was all the stats, everything you need to know, what you can expect on board. And now we're going to tell you what we did on board.
This is the one that we call our puppy.
Our little puppy, the worst rated cruise ship in the world, allegedly.
That's what they say.
That is what a lot of people say. Not to us, though.
Not
we
us.
love this ship. We've been on it twice now, and I couldn't be happier.
I love it. And they've revamped a lot, like we talked about.
They have. So we did get to enjoy a lot of new things. So that was super exciting. And it was all like, it really did enhance. It's not like, oh, they added one bar and like it changes the whole thing. But they add like everything added, like really did bump it up a notch.
Yeah, it really elevated the experience, I think. We enjoyed the Paradise as it was before. But I think this most recent trip, we were like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's like fun
Food,
and new and
atmosphere,
exciting.
drinks, entertainment. Like it was all another level.
Yeah.
They did call it Next Level Paradise, I think was in the press release when they announced all the changes. And she did level up.
Oh, okay, marketing team. You guys slayed that.
You guys
hit the mark with that
cruise
one.
ship on the anchor. I was trying to do something.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah, I don't know.
You should patent that. Hit the cruise ship on the anchor.
But anyways, so it was a 3-night sailing on board the Paradise. We left out of Port of Palm Beach. This is the only cruise ship that leaves out of that port because it is a small port and she's a small ship, so she's one of the only ones that can fit.
There's something fun and new about Port of Palm Beach.
Yes. So in the Port of Palm Beach, they now have self-parking, which is a big thing. It was for the first like 2.5 years that Paradise was sailing there. It was valet only, which was crazy.
It sounds nice.
It does sound nice.
And when you get there, it's really nice because you get to just drop your car and somebody takes it away and you get right on the ship. But
like,
when you're leaving and everyone is trying to get their car at the same time from valet, it takes a little bit of time. And like you can literally see your car in the distance. And you're like, I could walk there and go get it myself, but someone has my keys. So self-parking, while it sounds a little bit miserable, was actually
a lot smoother and more efficient and wonderful.
Yes.
So that was a welcome change. So Port of Palm Beach, then we had a sea day and then went to Nassau, Bahamas, another new destination for this ship. So we were super excited to check it out.
Yeah.
But that morning, getting to Port of Palm Beach, we drove down. It's about a 2.5-hour drive, which is still kind of lengthy, but it's the closest South Florida port. So I count my blessings there.
Yes. Not our favorite drive, but not our least favorite by any means.
Exactly.
Well, and this one was special because Margaritaville invited you.
Margaritaville did invite me, which was super awesome. And now they're not paying us to say anything here.
No.
I already did that. This is raw, real, and everything. But they did invite us on the trip, so you guys kind of have that knowledge in the background. But we still enjoyed it, whether we were invited or not. I would pay to go back and do everything a million times over. But it was super exciting that they invited me to kind of check out all the new changes. So yeah, when we arrived at the port, we were like going through the check-in line and we showed them our documents, and they're like, "Oh, you're VIP," and we were like, huh?
Yeah. When you go, there's like, I think a few different ones you can pay for, right? You can.
And we knew we had one of the, like, you can pay for the specialty expedited
like
boarding.
express or whatever.
But they were like, oh no, you're VIP.
And we were like,
what does that mean? So they handed us a flip-flop and sent us up the escalator.
Yeah, and he was like, no, go this way. Mm-hmm. So we like checked our bags and we went up the escalator. And as we're going up, I'm like, what is that? And there's some lady holding a whiteboard, like looking around, and it says Josh Corjay. And I'm like, hey, that's you. And she's like, you're Josh? And he's like, mm-hmm. And she's like, come with me.
It was crazy. I was not expecting this at all. And they really treated us like royalty. It felt like we had our own private like check-in room. Yeah. They handled our documents, didn't have to wait for anything. So that again is because we were invited, but it was very nice to feel special. Yeah. And that they made us
definitely
feel. And we were even escorted on board by the manager of the port, which was crazy. She was like, I'll take you. Come on.
Yeah. Thank you, Margaritaville. Yeah. Everyone who says they're what do they call them?
Well, they call it Carnival Walmart, but they just say it's the worst.
Yeah, how could you get that level of experience with the worst, or that level of service with the worst cruise line in the world?
Yeah, how come?
I don't know.
But once we made it on board, first thing we did was our muster drill. Mm-hmm. Now on the Paradise, they have the e-muster, whatever you call it. You just check in and you go. Which I still think is weird that they have the short muster on the Paradise, but on the Islander, they still have the long traditional muster.
Yeah, and doing the long traditional on the Islander was miserable.
It was so miserable standing outside on the open deck, congregating with every single other passenger on the cruise
and everyone
ship.
Was looking around at each other like, don't they know we don't do this anymore?
Yeah, literally nobody does. Even MSC was one of the later ones to change that too, but they even do e-muster now, so... Mm-hmm. Come on, guys. And if you do it on one ship, do it on the other. But I was happy we were on this ship with the quick muster drill.
Yeah.
And then I think we headed upstairs to get lunch in the buffet, which we love the food at the buffet here on the Paradise. Again, worst rated cruise ship. Food's terrible.
Could not agree
Not
less.
in our experience.
Yeah.
The buffet food, there's so many options. Yes. It's all like fresh and it's like just good food. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I also feel like with a lot of cruise buffets, I find personally a lot of the food to be really heavy food. And I think Margaritaville at Sea does things very differently in that sense. Like it's like grilled chicken instead of like a deep fried chicken. Ooh. Or like it's a simple pasta salad rather than like a heavy pasta covered in sauce. Like to me, those are more dinner foods, and that's something that I'm looking for at like nighttime. But lunch, like they have simple salads, they have simple bits and bobs, little grilled chickens, and
it's just fresh. It's nice.
Yeah.
A refreshing change compared to some other cruise lines.
Yes.
And they also have a spill your own sandwich bar,
which is so fun. They have it's like a panini press. Mm-hmm. It's so cool.
It was so good. And they also brand new to the Paradise, Frank and Lola's Pizzeria. It used to cost extra, which I think is crazy, but I'm glad they changed it. Mm-hmm. Pizza has moved up to the buffet and it is now free. So that's all handled. Pizza was good. Anything else? They also have the Cheeseburger and Paradise bar. So that's in the back of the buffet. It's kind of connected. It's good. We didn't eat it today, but we sat out there to enjoy lunch. And the vibes out there were incredible. They had this live guitarist, singer guy.
I forgot about him.
Incredible.
He really stole my heart. We were sitting like if he was on the left side, we were sitting on the right side. Mm-hmm. But obviously we can still hear him. I was like turning around every 3 minutes. I was like, get this guy on AGT, baby. He is a star.
So good.
He was so good. And it was making it look easy.
Yeah.
I was like, how is that coming out of you right now? He sounded so fantastic. Mm-hmm. I could have sat there all day and listened to him.
Yeah, but he left before we did because we were just sitting. We finished lunch. We were just sitting there like,
Yeah, enjoying the breeze, enjoying the Port of Palm Beach, because the way that Margaritaville at Sea pulls in, you're looking at the back of the ship, you're looking out on,
and it is a beautiful port.
It is a beautiful port.
There's so many palm trees, beautiful blue water, big houses,
sailboats, yachts. I'm like, oh, look at that one. Look at that one.
So it's nice to sit out there and enjoy. But yeah, eventually he's like, okay, I gotta go, and we're like, wait, come back. You're so good.
Yeah, we were like, I guess we have to move on. Like we have to keep going and doing something else. But
yeah, so that was great. Lunch was amazing. Atmosphere, 10 out of 10. But then we went down and checked out our room because the rooms were ready. What kind of room did we have?
We had a ocean view room, and it was gorgeous.
It was so nice. And last time we were on the ship, we had an inside room, so the ocean view was nice to try out. The first thing that hit us when we opened the door, the smell.
It was.
Not in a bad way.
I could have bottled it up and taken it home. I don't know what they've got going on in their Margaritaville. See, if you're listening, comment down below and sell it in an air freshener because I'd buy it for every single bathroom in my house.
That scent was incredible. It was like tropical but fresh, but not overpowering. But it was incredible.
Amazing.
It really set the tone for the room. But yeah, I love the theming of the rooms. It's very tropical, beachy. There were these 2 chairs in the room, which were really nice.
Yeah, we walked in and we were like, oh, we could film a podcast here.
Yeah, this is before we launched the podcast.
Yes.
But it was perfect, yeah. Love the room. I mean, it is an old ship, so it was showing somewhere. But I mean, overall, the theming was great.
We were a little disappointed in... the shower still has a curtain.
So it'll get nice and stuck to you during your shower.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. And it's not a big shower, so you are, in fact, touching the curtain the whole time you're showering. So I would appreciate, like, a door or something instead.
That would be nice.
But I really think that was the only problem we had with the room was the shower.
I think so. The door is not soundproof to the hallway. That's too. Another thing. Now, we didn't have issues when we were sleeping, but when we were in the room throughout the day, we could hear people hustling and bustling throughout the hallway, loud and clear.
Oh, yeah. People were walking down singing Jimmy Buffett. And I'm like, oh, I could sing along with you because you're loud. But
so, yeah, the doors to the cabins aren't really that soundproof, but again, it wasn't an issue at night. So.
Yeah, I don't think we had...
Something with an older ship, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. But it was a nice room.
Yeah, it was a really nice room. And then we went and did a like mini ship tour. Wanted to see, we've been on the ship like we've said multiple times, but we wanted to see all the new stuff. So we went around and saw everything, and then it was time for sail away, I think.
Yes, we went and got a drink.
Yes, we did go to the 12-volt bar, which is in the back of the ship at the adults only pool, grabbed a drink, and we're ready for sail away.
Yes. Now the cruise director on this ship currently, I think she's still there. If I'm not mistaken, I think she's going to be there for a little while longer. So if you have a trip planned, you're going to meet her. But she was fantastic. Terry from Jamaica, I think.
Yep.
She was a blast.
She was so fun. She really had the party going.
Yes, she did. She was so lively, so fun, so like with the crowd. Yeah, Terry was amazing.
She was incredible. The vibes that she had going throughout the whole cruise, immaculate.
Yeah. She had the whole deck doing a conga line. It was so fun.
Yeah, so we enjoyed the sail away, and then after sail away, I think we went down to check out the Hemisphere Dancer.
Yes.
The new bar on board, which they do have this bar on the Islander, but they just added it to the Paradise, so we wanted to see what that was about.
I feel like the second we stepped in there, that one song started playing. Everything has changed.
It was. It was
changed
incredible.
Our lives.
We spent the whole rest of the cruise in this bar.
Yes. Warning. We sound like alcoholics. Okay? I promise you, we have it under control. Yeah. We're very responsible drinkers.
Yes.
But we did go probably 2 to 3 times a day. Yeah. I will admit. We say that a lot during this episode, I can guarantee.
So, yeah, stay tuned for that. We don't have a problem, but...
Don't be alarmed.
But it was really cool. They have a lot of cool craft cocktails there, and we made friends with all the bartenders, so that also had us coming back. Some friendly faces, cool cocktails, live music at night. It was just really cool.
Yeah, the vibes were just perfect in there. I don't know. It was like a cozy little alcove.
Yeah.
And I think it was perfectly placed.
I think so, too. It kind of felt like a speakeasy.
Ooh.
I think, because it was kind of like in the corner like of the ship. I don't know.
And you had to like know what you were doing to get there. Like there's a wall and then there's 2 entrances from either side, but like they kind of go out and then you have to go in to find the bar kind of in a way.
And we had missed it actually, because when we were doing that mini ship tour trying to find everything, we hadn't seen this bar and we were like, where is it? We missed it. But it is right outside the theater, but it is kind of tucked away in a sense, so it was really cool. Now compared to the Islander, this bar on the Islander is kind of in the middle of everything, and I think that's why we didn't spend a lot of time there, because it was just the vibe was different. Yeah. Yeah, it was busy. People, it was like a major walkway. So the vibes weren't the same.
Oh yeah, I think it's coming back to me now. Yeah, I think that this made it more of an exclusive bar. It felt like an exclusive experience, even though you don't have to have some exclusivity to it. It was for everybody, but being so secluded from the rest of the ship, I think, made it feel exclusive, which, like, I feel like on the Islander, it's more, it feels like just another bar. Yes. Like, you're like, oh, can I get a beer? And they're like, no.
But yeah, you kind of lose the theming on the Islander. So I think it's perfect here in the Paradise. 10 out of 10. You will hear we're coming back here.
Yeah. But the bartenders are so knowledgeable. They're like mixologists.
Yeah. Like they were like, oh, we do this and this. And they were like brewing specialty things. That's probably not the right word, but they were steeping different things in different alcohols and serving it for different things. And it was just incredible. I was so impressed.
Yeah. And he was like, you don't want like what's on the menu? Don't worry.
I got you.
But yeah, we'll talk more about it. We got a lot to say about that bar as we go back every single day.
But so after we checked out the Hemisphere Dancer for the first time and fell in love, we played bingo.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we did this, and it was so awkward because it was like 7 p.m.
Yeah, it was a weird time, 7 p.m. on boarding day.
Yeah, I was like, who does bingo at this hour? What are we doing? This is like a sea day activity. What's going on?
It was really weird, but we went, and I won.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you split it with somebody, right?
I did. So we played 3 games, and I won the second round, but 2 other people also won. So 3 of us won total, and we split $150. So $50 each. So it wasn't a big prize, but my bingo cost $30, so I still was positive 20. So
there you go.
It was a fun time though. I love bingo. I try and do it on every single cruise.
You're up.
Period. Yeah.
You're up. So then we moseyed on over to dinner, which we like the way that Margaritaville at Sea does dinner with the open seating. And
so we thought. It had always worked out well before.
Yeah.
Until now.
Yeah. And we walked up and she was like, oh, it's going to be like probably over an hour. We were like, what?
And it was 8 p.m. at this point.
Yeah. It was late and we thought we were going to be in the clear. You know, there's prime dinner hours, sure. But we walked up and she was like, okay, here's a buzzer. It's going to be over an hour. I was like, scratch my name off, baby girl. Don't you worry.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, and we just were not willing to wait that long to eat.
No.
So we went up to the buffet, which we have no problem with. We like the buffet. And
I had good food up there. I think I had some form of steak and potatoes and like I would probably want in the dining room. So it was good food.
Yeah. And we like the dining room. We like the dining room food. We've never had any complaints.
Yeah. Last time we were in Paradise, we loved the dining room.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I low-key was looking forward to my sugar-free cheesecake. Not even gonna lie. I honestly have been dreaming about that cake since the first time we got on the Paradise, so I'm kind of bummed I didn't get it, but I guess I just have to book another cruise.
Yeah, and spoiler, we didn't eat at the dining room ever again for dinner or any other meal.
The whole cruise.
Yeah, so...
Which, I mean, it was only 3 days, but we still didn't eat there.
Yeah, which did stink because we did enjoy that dining room.
We did.
But after dinner up in the buffet, we went to the show in the theater. They had an original production show of sorts, which we had seen before, but it's really fun. They just have a lot of good music, kind of island themed. I don't know, it's just fun.
Yeah, and one thing about Margaritaville at Sea, I will say, their live band at all of their performances,
incredible.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. They're fantastic. Fantastic musicians.
Yeah. Margaritaville seems to appreciate live music, which is I appreciate that they appreciate that because they're really pushing it around the ship and I'm loving it.
We're big ambiance people, so
if have you got some good music, I'm having a good time.
Yes, exactly. But
so yeah, everybody was talented. We had front row seats, which were nice, and then we went back to the Hemisphere Dancer, the bar.
Oh my gosh!
But now, since it was like 10 p.m. at this point, they had the pianist in there. Live music. Again, live music.
He was fun.
He was fun.
He was lively and upbeat. And
had the crowd going.
Such a small world. We actually figured out we had mutual friends with him and that he had worked previously at Disney Springs, which is Disney's like...
outdoor mall area, hangout spot. And we're Orlando people, so we're like, whoa, this is crazy.
Yeah, we were like, oh my gosh, we know you. This is crazy. But... anyways, enjoyed
we
that.
hung out there, hung out with our bartender friends, tried some fun craft cocktails, live music, but that was pretty much it for day 1. Great day overall. Having a blast.
Yeah. We got to bed pretty late.
Yeah. Oh, we went to the casino too.
Oh, yeah.
As we do. as I like to do at least.
Yeah.
Always got to go to the casino. The casino didn't treat me well this trip, I don't think, but it is what it is. Paradise does have a smaller casino. That might be my one gripe. They have a couple games I like, but still they don't have the most modern games. So if you're a big casino person, you might not be impressed with the casino, but it scratched my itch.
Yeah.
Itched my scratch. I don't know.
Definitely not that one. No. Oh my God.
But then day 2, we started with something fun. But day 2, C Day, so it was a C Day today, and we started with something fun. We had the like Bubbles brunch, specialty brunch.
Oh, I forgot about this. I loved this.
It was so nice. So it is an upcharge. I think it's around $20 a person. Don't quote me, but it is somewhere in that ballpark. You get a mimosa and an elevated breakfast menu, and it wasn't crowded, and it was just a really nice experience.
If you've been following along and listening, you know about the breakfast anxiety. Breakfast buffet anxiety is real, okay? If you've been on a cruise, you know what I'm talking about. People are feral for that bacon.
Very feral.
Feral, okay? And I just could not be bothered with that. I honestly believe that I'm leaning more towards main dining breakfast.
Oh, really?
Yes. Or like on my balcony.
Wow.
It just is... It and it puts me in a bad mood. Like, it genuinely starts my day off negatively because I'm like, why are you acting like you've never eaten before? I know you don't eat breakfast at home. I know you don't.
Maybe that's why, because it's so strange and new to everybody.
Y'all have never seen
pancakes.
Y'all have never seen scrambled eggs before. Get out of here. It's just too chaotic in the morning in the buffet. So I honestly think that I am moving more towards a main dining room or like a room service breakfast. Because I like to enjoy breakfast on a cruise ship, but I also like to enjoy breakfast every single other day of my life. Like, I always eat breakfast. So, I don't know. Anyways. I loved this experience.
It was absolutely very nice.
I think it was worth it.
Definitely worth it. You get a drink and nice food. Like, yeah.
I want to go back. Now that we're talking about it, I'm like, get me back on the ship. I want to do everything again.
Sold.
Yeah.
I had...
steak and eggs.
Oh, yes. I had steak and eggs, which were delicious.
I had some sort of like vegetable spinach feta omelet or something. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Also, they give you the option, a mimosa or a Bellini. I believe you got a mimosa and I got a Bellini.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Why not? They did come around and we ended up with another round of drinks. I don't think that's the experience, but we did end up with extra drinks. So I don't know. Maybe it is, but score. Maybe you might end up with a second mimosa. But we sure did.
Yeah, we weren't going to like deny it. Oh, no, please. Don't refill my cup. Please. What do we look like?
So yeah, overall, a great breakfast experience. Definitely worth the charge, I think. But then for the C Day, our big thing we wanted to do was lay out by the pool.
Yeah.
And you want to know what we didn't really get to do?
Lay out by the pool.
Yeah, so we got changed. We went up to the pool deck and it was cold.
Cold and gloomy.
Cloudy, windy. We stayed there for like 10 minutes and we couldn't stand it anymore.
So then we went back and changed again. And we got some games. Pro tip, always bring games.
Yeah,
We're big cards people, but you can bring whatever you want.
Yeah.
We Farkle.
We Farkle. We love Farkle. Monopoly Go. Some of our top 2 games.
We've introduced quite a few people to Farkle.
Yes. It's it's just dice.
It's so much fun,
So
though.
it's very portable. It's so fun.
Look up Farkle.
Yeah. Great game. But
not sponsored.
Maybe soon.
Farkle?
Hopefully. Farkle, if you're out there.
We love you.
And we bring you on every single cruise.
Every single one.
But so instead for the afternoon, we just had a chill afternoon, played some games, just lounged around the ship really. They were playing Wicked in the theater. So they do show movies in the theater. And at the time, it was a relatively new release. Like I think it had just come out on DVD and they bought it.
Signed, sealed, delivered, baby.
So it's cool that they're showing new movies on board the Paradise, and we didn't go see it just because it's 3 hours long and we had seen it before.
We were sitting somewhere though, playing a game, and all of a sudden we hear the beginning of
Defying Gravity.
Like the da da da, and like as if we were moths to a flame, like
we were summoned,
like dogs, like she is the siren and we were being called. We were like, where did that come from?
We have to go watch Defying Gravity, and that we did.
Yeah, so we like packed up really quickly and then we ran into the theater and we found front row seats, which was amazing. And within 3 minutes, both of us were sobbing.
Yep. Look at that.
Tears.
It was incredible. The sound was piped up high, and Cynthia Erivo was singing through us, and it was incredible.
Yeah, she was belting her heart out, baby.
So yeah, that was an amazing experience. Definitely recommend watching Wicked on a cruise ship. But then after that, yeah, we just pretty much had a lazy sea day because the weather kind of ruined our plans, but it was very relaxing, so still enjoyed the day. But then
we shopped. We went shopping.
We did?
I got an anklet.
Oh, yeah. We did go shopping during our just mosey around the ship, enjoying the day. Yeah.
I got an anklet.
And it was like pretty affordable.
It was like $6.
Yeah.
It was cute.
Very
I'm
nice.
wearing it right now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to show you. That's an added charge. But yeah, we went shopping.
Yeah, that was
I
fun.
really want the Margaritaville at Sea Crocs.
They're so cool. And they were on a really high discount, but they didn't have either of our sizes.
I was sad. I was
They were
so
like 50%
sad.
off.
They're so cool.
They're really cool.
They are so cool. But nonetheless.
Yeah, so we did shop throughout the day. But then we got showered and changed for the night, went to our new favorite spot, the Hemisphere Dancer, had another fun craft cocktail, hung out with our bartender friends.
I feel like it's important to note, we got the 10 drink package.
So yeah, we only had 10 drinks over 3 days, so we did.
Yeah, I don't even think I used mine to its fullest extent. So
we did pay. We were just had maybe one drink whenever we went, if that, and mainly we're just hanging out, enjoying the ambiance. Because again, it was just a cool spot to hang out.
it was nice in there. I don't know. The vibes were good. The staff was nice. We were having fun. Stefan, we missed you.
Yeah, Stefan, shout out. But yeah, hung out at the Hemisphere Dancer, and then we tried out another new thing for the Paradise, which was incredible. It might be my favorite food we ate, which is we ate a lot of good food. Might be a hot take, I don't know. So we ate at Farside Sushi, which is a new addition here on board the Paradise. Again, another favorite from the Islander that they've added on over here. Now they don't.
That food was good.
It was so good. Now they don't just have sushi, which you might not think from the name, which I'm not a sushi person. So it's like, it's new. I want to try it, but I don't really eat sushi. So we checked the menu and they have so many good things.
It was fantastic.
They had chicken and steak skewers, noodle bowls, edamame.
Fun desserts.
Yeah, there was a lot of different varieties. So not just sushi, and it was all incredible.
It was such good food.
Oh my God.
It was really good. We shared some edamame, which is always 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong. I had a sushi roll. I can't recall the exact one I had, but maybe if we can find a picture, we'll throw it on the screen. The menu and such.
Yeah.
But the chef kind of spoiled us. He was amazing, and he like came to our table and was like, I recommend this and this and this, and you should try this, this and this. And we each got different items, but then he was like, I'm just gonna bring you both a little bit. Like, I'm just gonna bring it to you.
Because again, this was a brand new addition. I think the restaurant had only been open for a week when we were on board, and like nobody was in the restaurant, so he was just like so proud of his food, and he's like, "Please try it,"
as he should be, because it was literally the best food. Yeah,
and definitely worth the upcharge. Again, it is a specialty restaurant with an added charge, but the quality of the food, the flavors, it was incredible. The vibes. I also had a good drink on the menu. They had some
sort of sake.
Yeah, some sort of sake cocktail. Incredible. So everything was just so good and definitely worth the price.
Yes. Oh, the food was so good.
And we definitely had way too much food. We were like, oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. That sounds good. And then the chef brought more food. And then we're like, okay, we didn't need all of this, but it is all incredible.
Yeah, we left.
They boxed it up to go too. They're like, oh, you could take it.
Yeah, we were like, what? She's like, you want a box? I'm like, absolutely. Yes, please.
Yes. So, yeah, just incredible. The service was great. Food was great. It was just incredible. Could not be more impressed. So
desserts.
Oh, it was. There was two different ones. We got some sort of chocolate situation.
It was
incredible.
Oh my God. We gotta get your laptop right now.
I'm ready to book.
I'm ready. I miss this ship so much.
It's just so good. But yeah, so definitely recommend Farside Sushi. Another wonderful addition. Again, everything they added to the ship, it's just incredible. They knocked it out of the park.
I agree.
But then after dinner, we just pretty much had a chill night. We
we went back to the bar.
We did go back to the bar, hung out with our friend, enjoyed the pianist, had a fun cocktail, and then ended the night in the casino, as we typically do. It's typically our last stop of the night. But yeah, day 2.
We called it a night because we had an early,
we did have an early fun morning in Nassau, Bahamas. So day 3, Nassau, we had something fun planned. We went to the Margaritaville Resort in Nassau,
which we've surprisingly never done before.
No.
I don't really know why we've never done it.
Well, I will say it is a bit pricey, and I was skeptical going into it, but I will say, we'll get into it, but spoiler alert, after going, I do think it's worth the price. Because the day pass hovers around $100. It might be even a little more per person. I think it was definitely worth it. Again, we'll get into it, but it is a little pricey, but I enjoyed our day. But so it was booked through Margaritaville. So if you're not on Margaritaville, you can just book the day pass, but Margaritaville does sell the excursion through them, and it does include transportation. Now, this is kind of where things went wrong. And again, Nassau is a new port stop, so I'm sure there's a lot of logistics and kinks they got to work out, but it was kind of really bad.
Yeah, it was chaotic.
It was.
To say the very least.
So some guide met us on the ship and brought us out of the ship, which sounds great. And we got off the ship fine. But then they had to get us all the way from the ship over to the shuttle bus.
And we were parked
at one of the further stops.
And if you've never been to Nassau, there's quite a long walkway that you have to get before you even enter the port, the actual port. So when you've got a gaggle of people, there's typically, when you have a guide, some sort of hello, I'm here.
Keeping the group all together.
We were fending for ourselves, baby. We were in the back of the line, and I was following some girl in hot pink because I'm I know she was in my group, so I'm just gonna follow her and see where she goes and hope she's following along. But every single person around us was getting a little frustrated because we couldn't keep up.
There was no order. And and then once we all eventually made it to the shuttle area. That took 15 minutes just to get us all there because, again, Nassau is so busy and there wasn't any order to it. But then even once we got there, we stood around for maybe another 15 minutes.
Yeah, and it seemed like even the guide was unsure what was happening. She was like, okay, you're going to get on a bus.
And we're like, which bus?
Which one? There's 50. What do you mean?
And then she started sending some people to some buses, and we're like, do we need to get on there? And then where are we going? So it was just chaotic. We were there for another 15, 20 minutes. Nobody knew what was going on, and everybody in the group was frustrated.
And then we get on a bus.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around, and I'm like,
there's no seats.
There's no seats. And he's like, the bus man. He's like, there's a seat. Make it. I'm like, what? So on the seat, there was this
folded
up pallet. I don't even know. It was this tiny little thing, and he's like, just pull it down. I'm like, what? So then it turned into almost like a bench.
Yeah.
Except not, because it was this tiny little flap that we sat down on, and I was concerned that I was gonna break it. I'll be honest with you. I was like, is this gonna hold me? I'm not sure.
So we made it on a bus, and it's a quick ride, maybe 5-minute ride once we got going, but the process to even get in a bus and get going was at least 30 minutes, if not more. Very unorganized.
And we didn't have that much time in port, so we were a little frazzled because we just wanted to get there and get
all aboard
our day
was 2:30.
Started. Yeah.
So yeah, and then once we got there, we're like, okay, it's gonna be clear sailing.
Oh my gosh, I forgot this happened.
Then we had to wait in another line for another 20 minutes, and they were checking everybody in by paper and wristbands.
It was
and this
very,
and that.
very, very old-fashioned, outdated. I was like, there's got to be a better way to do this. Get an iPad. I don't know. No offense.
So it really took us an hour just to logistically get through all the kinks and get into the resort.
Yeah, and we were standing there we could have walked.
And we met some guy later on at the resort, and we were like, oh yeah, the shuttle was so bad. And he's like, oh, I just walked. And we're like, we should have.
And we didn't even really know that was an option. When you book an excursion, typically you're supposed to stay with your excursion. Yes. We didn't realize that it wasn't like an organized situation. Yeah. So like totally could have walked. Yeah. Nobody would have known the difference. Nobody would have been none the wiser.
Because we walked to the Margaritaville resort before, just not done the day pass. But we've walked there before. We know our way around Nassau. It's a pretty clear shot.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was kind of frustrating getting in. But once we did get into the resort, and again, I hope Margaritaville works out these kinks because this is new for them. So I'll give them a little grace, but it was kind of crazy. But once we got in, it was really nice. You get access to the pool, lazy river. There's some water slides. There's the beach. And our pass included lunch. I think you can purchase it with and without lunch and drinks. Our pass included lunch and drinks. So yeah, I think it was really nice. I really enjoyed the resort. What did you think of the resort?
I liked it. Would I pay for it again? I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think so.
What didn't you like about it?
I don't think that I necessarily didn't like anything. I just don't know. I don't know if it offers enough for me to pay that much. Like, if I'm just going to go sit on a beach, there's free beaches. Do I really need to pay? And, like, you're right next to the free beach.
That is true.
You're in cahoots with the people at Junkanoo. You know what I mean? Like, it's basically a hop, skip, and a jump. If I swam for, 30 minutes, I'd probably be over there. And I'd be like, where's my seat? I'm no longer in the Margaritaville resort. So I think that like the beach area, that was my one gripe where I'm like, the seats were kind of on top of each other.
It is a very small beach.
It is small. And so I think like when you go to all-inclusive, say in Cozumel, it feels exclusive. It feels like you're at a resort, you're at an all-inclusive, you've got your own little secluded section, you've got your little waiter, you've got your this and that, people are coming up to you, offering you drinks. This was a very different experience. So I think in that sense, it was like, it wasn't an all-inclusive day pass to me. It was like I'm paying $100 to go sit in a lazy river and sit on the beach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in that sense, I don't know if I'd pay for it again. Not that I didn't enjoy it. I think that it's a beautiful resort. I think that it has a lot to offer if you like the Margaritaville brand, if you are looking for somewhere, that's known and safe for your family and you want just like a known quantity. Sure, like I think it would be fun for kids and families, but I just don't know if it's worth it for me. And if I'm going to spend that kind of money, I would probably consider somewhere like Atlantis or something else. Like I'd rather put that money towards something else. Now, I don't know how much a day pass costs at Atlantis nowadays.
I think it's like close to $200.
Right. But if I'm going to spend $100 anyways, and I'm looking for that all-inclusive experience, all-exclusive experience too, like...
Yeah.
I would rather do something like Atlantis.
Yeah.
Now, it's a budget-friendly option, and it's still nice.
Yeah.
But do I think it was the most glamorous experience? Probably not.
It definitely wasn't glamorous. I'll give you that. I did enjoy it more than I thought I was going into it, though. Yeah.
Yeah. I also feel like the setup is a little choppy. I wish that it flowed a little better. You know what I mean? I feel like I keep comparing things to Cozumel because we've been to all-inclusives there before and we've been to two different ones and both of them felt very similar. But I think that in the other ones, it flows really well. And this one was like, you got to climb a few stairs and you've got to go through a few different doors and then the bar is over here, but the lazy river's over here and the beach is down here. And so I think that the flow kind of messed with me a little bit where I was like, okay, I'm leaving my things on the beach, but my things are 10 plus feet away from me, whereas when you're at an all-inclusive, you're like, it's only a few feet away. I don't have any problem leaving it. But like, I couldn't even see my belongings. Like if you're at the lazy river, you can't even see the beach. Whereas I feel like at all-inclusives, it's on the horizon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like just the way that things are set up, it was a little choppy. And then we went to this really cool pool.
We did sneak into somewhere that I don't think we were supposed to, but it was really cool.
Oh, we weren't supposed to go?
I don't know. It's very unclear.
Which this is another thing I have a problem with. In order to get to this pool, you have to go through the resort. Yeah. And like most people are not like bringing all of their belongings with them when they're going to dip in the pool, trip to the spa. Like, so we were gallivanting through the Margaritaville resort barefoot in swimsuits. And I'm like, am I supposed to be doing this? Which don't do what we did. Maybe it's not allowed. But if it is allowed and that's what you're supposed to be doing, we got to figure out a different route. Maybe like an elevator that goes directly up would be nice, or a stair that is outside that goes directly up would be nice. Yeah. It just felt choppy.
It was pretty choppy. That's a good
in my opinion.
Description.
Yeah.
But the infinity pool that was up on a higher floor, it had a great view. So
it was stunning.
Sneak up there if you want to. I'll say it. I don't know. It was cool.
Don't tell them that we told you to do that, though.
Yeah, but nobody stopped us. We didn't see any signs saying no, and we did have a day pass to the resort. It was a pool at the resort, so.
Yeah, I feel like we were allowed. Yeah. I just feel like it was more of a hassle. And we had to climb like 3 flights of stairs. It was crazy. It was kind of crazy.
It was crazy.
Oh my God, I forgot about our friends.
Oh yeah. We met them on the first day. This Happy Place Travel. They're on YouTube, Instagram. Go find them. They were great to meet. But yeah, we hung out with them a lot at the resort because they were there too.
Yeah, super cool people.
Really cool
Shout
people.
Out to them.
Go check them out. But yeah, we snuck up to upstairs with them. They were the ones who kind of led the charge because I don't think we would have found our way up there. It was cool. We wanted to go.
We were looking. I saw it. I was like, look at that. And Josh was like, oh, how do we get up there? And I was like, I don't think we're allowed. And then we found our friends and they were like, have you been up there? And we were like, no. And they were like, follow our lead. And I was like, heck yeah. So they were really awesome people. Yes. It was really nice to meet them.
Yeah. But yeah, that we also had lunch. We had burgers. I think it was a burger or hot dog was your choice. I thought it was a good food.
Oh yeah, it was really good food.
It was a good burger. Drinks were good. The pass included 5 drinks. So yeah, overall, I enjoyed it.
Our bartender was really great.
He was really good. Great service. So yeah, really enjoyed it. Again, like you were saying, yeah, it was a bit choppy. Wasn't anything glamorous, but I think it was a good beach day. Or a good day in port.
Yeah, no, I mean, I enjoyed it. I think we had a great time. I just don't know if it's worth the price that they're asking you to pay.
I thought there was no way it would be worth the price before doing it. After doing it, I see it's closer. It's not as far off as I thought it was. Especially when you include the food and drinks. Like burger, $15. 5 drinks times at least $10, maybe even more. That's $50. Now we're at 65. So then you're paying $50 just to go to a resort.
I think it's good for like a family. Like if you've got a big family, you've got a few kids, it's a nice way to like go somewhere without breaking the bank. But I also think that thinking as someone, like we don't have kids, but thinking as if I did have kids, I would have a problem with the choppiness. You can't see anybody. Like if you're in one area, you can't see another area. And I think having kids, that would be hard. Like the lazy river, it's very blocked. Like there's things in the way, if that makes sense. And like, say your kids want to go down to the beach, but you can't see them. There's no way of knowing what they're doing. Like there's no way of seeing, even if mom takes the kids and dad stays behind, like there's no way of knowing if they need something or so on and so forth. So I think having kids, it might be difficult. There also were like no chairs by the Lizzie River by the time we got there. Yeah. So another thing to consider, if your cruise gets in late in port, I don't think it would be worth it. I would say if you're getting there early and you're one of the first ships off, sure. But if you're not, good luck. Because we could not find a chair. Yeah. We had to sit by the beach. And even then, we were like, it's looking slim pickings. Yeah. So, that's another thing, if you've got a big family. But we liked it. We enjoyed our time. It might not sound like we did, but we definitely did. I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy. I'm just trying to keep it real. These are my honest thoughts. I did have a phenomenal time. I do think the food was good. Margaritaville, lovely resort, 10 out of 10.
But
just things to consider. Yeah, it's just things to consider, you know?
We did have a lovely day, but then we had to make our way back. We did walk back just because we didn't like the shuttle situation and we know our way around. So we just walked back and then got right back on the ship. So once we got back on board the ship, we hung up by the pool for a little bit, just laid out because we were already in our suits and the weather was a bit better. But then we got showered and changed for dinner because we were doing another exciting thing. We ate at the JWB Steakhouse, which was a first for us. We haven't eaten there. It's on all their ships and we've been on multiple Margaritaville ships or cruises, but we haven't done the steakhouse yet.
I'm kind of sad we did this.
Why?
Because now I'm going to have to do it every single cruise we go on. Every single time we go on Margaritaville, I'm going to have to book JWB.
Really good. You got so many courses and just the quality of the food was so good.
It was so good.
I don't know how, that's probably not good enough grammar or descriptions. I don't have a good vocabulary, sorry, but it was so good.
It was so good. This is going to sound crazy.
But?
We've eaten at quite a few steakhouses on various different cruise ships. Might have been the best.
Wow. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think it's definitely close.
Yeah, I don't know, you guys. It might have been the best steakhouse.
It's pretty close. Now that I'm trying to rack my brain, yeah, it's one of the better, if not the best, steakhouse I've had. Yeah, it was just so good. 10 out of 10. Now, if we talked about this in other episodes, there was this little girl sitting a couple tables away from us.
Poor baby.
Who unfortunately did get seasick and was getting sick all over the restaurant.
Like sick. Like, well, she walked in and I could hear her. She was like, I'm not feeling good. And I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
But she was being a trooper. Yeah. She was holding out and then quickly was not. And I just remember turning and I was like, oh, okay.
She's spewing over there.
Yeah. And poor thing. Like, I cannot even imagine how embarrassing it must have been because she was pretty young. She couldn't have been more than 12.
Yeah.
And she was like leaving the restaurant. And she was like, my dress, my new dress. And I was like, oh, I feel so sad for her.
It was so sad.
But it was also disgusting.
It was also very disgusting. I'm glad it was towards the tail end of our meal and it was kind of far enough away, even though we could see it.
Yes.
Because if not, I kind of would have ruined it. But
yeah.
Which again is not Margaritaville's fault.
That just a fun little tidbit about what our experience was like.
Happened. And it was crazy that somebody was puking all over the steakhouse.
It was crazy. It was crazy. But thankfully we were done with our meal for the most part. But then, oh my God, you guys, if you do nothing else, if you don't eat steak, I want you to book JWB and go and only ask for the banana cream pie.
It was incredible.
It was quite possibly the best dessert I've ever eaten on a cruise ship.
It was. And I got the key lime pie. I'm a key lime pie fanatic. This banana whatever was 10 million times better.
You guys.
I was bummed that I didn't get it.
Oh my God, get the laptop. We have to book one. I literally have to go right now. I have to go right now.
Great meal, 10 out of 10. Again, think it's worth the upcharge. I think all the upcharge, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, our server was fantastic too. Yeah. He was very...
on the ball.
Very good.
Yeah, so highly recommend. And then we did miss the show because dinner ran late. But again, it was an experience. We wanted to enjoy the experience. So we weren't sad we missed the show. We went back to the Hemisphere Dancer, our favorite spot. Hung out with our friends. Enjoyed some live music, craft cocktails. Our last hurrah of the cruise, really. It was sad that this cruise was ending. We had a really good time.
We really did enjoy our time. We love the Paradise.
It's such a fun cruise. It's definitely not the worst cruise ship in the world like people claim on the internet.
No.
It's definitely not the Ritz. And she's an old ship. There's some wear and tear around, but I think what she has to offer is incredible for a quick getaway.
I agree. I think that we say this a lot, and I think that we're big advocates for this, and you'll hear it a lot from us, but I think a cruise is what you make it. I think that if you want to be a negative Nancy and be nitpicky and, think about everything that's going wrong. Sure, we could have told you everything that went wrong on this ship. We could have told you so many different things that went wrong and things that we didn't like or didn't think were worthwhile or whatever. But we
had a great cruise overall.
We had a great time.
Why focus on that? Yeah.
Yeah. And the good overpowers the bad for us. Like I think every cruise, every trip you go on, there's gonna be kinks, but like it's you're finding a balance, you know? Like I'm willing to accept this because this is so great. If that makes sense. So yeah. I think she's fantastic. I love her. She's like a puppy. She's literally like a puppy.
How are you gonna feel the day when she gets scrapped?
What do you mean she's gonna get scrapped?
She's gonna get scrapped in the next maybe 10 years max. I'd say 5 years she's going to get the cutting board.
5 years?
I think so.
I'm going to buy it. I'm purchasing. I'll start saving now, baby. She's going to be mine. Mark my words. Mark my words.
Because she is an old ship. She's 34 years old.
I don't care.
Ships only have a certain lifespan.
I'm going to buy it. Don't say that because I literally have an emotional attachment to this ship.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. I literally might cry.
Well, she's still around for a couple years to come at least.
Now we have to book one. I'm truly, genuinely ready to book one right now. Like, get your laptop. I'm ready. I don't think you understand how much of an emotional attachment I have to this ship.
It's just so fun.
The
so
grass. Nice. I love the grass, the fake grass.
And the crew is just incredible. Makes you just feel like family. Oh, yeah.
Every single crew member I've ever met on Margaritaville, Paradise, and Islander, they are so kind. They go out of their way. They remember us, which is crazy because we've only been on it twice. Yeah. And the first time we went on it was like probably almost a year before this one.
Yeah, but we had multiple crew members like, oh my God, you guys are back.
Yeah.
And like, how do you guys remember us? You see thousands of people every single 3 days.
It was crazy. Fantastic crew. Truly.
So, yeah. Cannot say enough good things about the ship. We had a blast.
Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah. And also, if you're a solo traveler, throw this out there. They're not charging double.
Oh yeah, for the summer, right?
So for the summer, June and July. So if you like what we did, go book it. Even if you're a solo traveler,
get away for the weekend. Use that PTO, baby.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it.
Have a long weekend.
Definitely good. But yeah. That was our trip on the Margaritaville at Sea Paradise. We wish you guys were here with us. So let's transition into the Wish You Were Here segment. But I do have a bone to pick with all the listeners.
Yeah, nobody's answering.
In this segment, we wish you were here, so we want to hear from you guys, but nobody's filling out our form. So passportpalspodcast.com. Leave us all your travel hot takes, travel opinions, travel stories, anything travel related, so we can react to it here on the podcast in the Wish You Were Here segment, so we can kind of interact with you guys and get your travel stories going.
Pretty please.
But please fill out our form on our website. If nothing else, leave it in the YouTube comments.
We'll accept anything.
We just please leave it somewhere.
Put it on our TikTok. Put it on Josh's TikTok.
Yeah.
Josh Cruises.
We just need hot takes, travel stories, anything so we can react. So since we don't have any, we each have a hot take. We'll contribute to this segment. But please, I'm begging at this point, passportpalspodcast.com. Wish you were here. Leave us your travel opinions.
It's also kind of a cool website. Not gonna toot my own horn, but toot, baby.
No, we're not web designers, but it looks pretty cool.
It looks kind of fun. I'm not gonna looks like. I guess you'll have to go look it up to see what it looks like.
Podcast.com. But what is your travel hot take, opinion, or whatever?
I'm nervous.
Why?
I feel like I'm gonna get chewed out for this.
Ooh, what is it?
Chewed out. Please be nice to me. I'm just a girl, okay? My hot take. I hate Virgin Voyage's food.
Whoa. That is a big hot take.
Hate.
And I kind of strongly disagree with this.
Hate.
Wow.
Hate it.
Why? How so? Tell us more.
It's bad. That's really all I've got for you. First of all, no. It's just bad. I'm sorry. It's bad food. Like, I don't know how else to tell you. It's just bad. I cannot. The one thing that I ate on Virgin Voyages that I liked was a pistachio macaroon. That was it. That's the only thing that I ate. And I ate a lot of food on the ship. I just don't know. It's too experimental.
I will say, yeah, it is a bit experimental, and I am kind of a picky eater. So in that regard, I think it is kind of weird options.
I am not a picky eater. I love to explore different flavors and different foods and try different things and so on and so forth. The sushi was like lukewarm. That's another thing. I feel like, now, I don't know what the CDC has said about Virgin Voyages, but the Olivia department of, diseases and, whatever, respectfully, I was like scared to eat food because it looked like it had been sitting out. Every single time I went up to the, whatever they call it, I don't even think they call it the buffet.
Yeah, I can't even remember. It's been like over a year.
Their quote unquote buffet. Yeah,
they don't have a buffet, but their buffet substitution
is like every time you go up there, like they have. This is something I remember vividly. Okay, they have this like peanut butter and jelly with like potato chips or something on it, and I was so excited to try it, baby. The bread dry, the peanut butter not there, the jelly not there. The sandwich was maybe this thick, maybe 2 fingers thick. Okay. And it was just bad. It was bad food. I'm sorry. The Italian restaurant, like, what was going on? What's going on in there? Why do I need squid ink in my pasta? Just give me meat sauce. I don't know. And like, again, I'm not a picky eater. I really will explore and I will eat really whatever there is. But I don't know. I was really disappointed. I don't think that anything really stood out to me unless it was bad. And most of it was bad. Yeah, I don't know.
That is a sizzling hot take. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you guys like Virgin Voyages food? What do you guys think? I appreciate the variety. I can see it is a bit experimental, and there's sometimes I'm like, what? I want something simple and good. I do like that there's a lot of options included.
The pizza was good. I take it fantastic. Back. The pizza is really fantastic. That is good.
And you get your own like personal pizza.
Yeah, which was really nice. I did enjoy that. However, you always say, I won't go hungry. I didn't go hungry. I went hungry because nothing seemed appetizing. And if I did eat, I stopped because I was like, ooh, this is not worth eating. It just wasn't good. I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't picking the right food, but again, I'm not a picky eater. I really will eat virtually anything, but I went hungry. I was hungry.
Horrible.
A lot of the time, actually.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. I'll give you that.
Why are you giving me chia seed pudding? Please, for the love of God, give me eggs. Like, I just don't know. That's another thing. I feel like I was hangry the whole time because I couldn't find protein anywhere. It was like a lot of sweet food too. A lot of like very limited savory options. There was just a lot of like, maybe that's another reason. I'm not a big like sauce person maybe. Like I don't eat mayo. I don't love it when things are drenched in sauce. And almost everything had mayo on it or some sort of sauce. And I was like, ooh, like it's been sitting there for quite a little while. I don't know. CDC, if you're listening, go check them out. I'm just saying. Yeah, I don't know. That's my hot take. I think that Virgin Voyages food is not good. Hopefully I can put that opinion to the test soon, retry.
Yes, we should do it again soon.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Try it again and see if we have a different experience. I don't know. I really don't know. But the only experience I have was negative.
Not impressed. Very bad.
You disagree.
I do. But you were making, as you were talking, you were making very good points. I was like, oh yeah, that was weird. Oh yeah. But I didn't have a negative opinion of it, but you were making some very true statements over there.
I hate the way their restaurants work too. We'll talk about it when we talk about Virgin. Maybe that'll be our next couple episodes when we talk about Virgin Voyages.
Stay tuned.
Man, did I hate that experience. Ooh. It makes me mad just thinking about it. Alrighty. Well, I'm sure I pissed some people off. But let me know if I have. Tell me.
Yeah, let us know.
Convince me otherwise. Anyways, tell me your hot take. What's your hot take?
My hot take is if I'm on a 3-day cruise,
right,
I only want one port stop. I don't want and most 3-day cruises itineraries out there, they pack it back to back to back. So you're going Fort Lauderdale, Key West, Bimini, now you're back home. You don't have any time to enjoy the ship. But I'm also not a big proponent of staying on the ship when you're in port, but I do want a day to enjoy the ship. So I'm at war with myself.
You have the FOMO of missing the port.
I do have FOMO because if I'm in the Bahamas, I'm going to the Bahamas.
Okay.
So I just don't want to be put in that situation. So if I'm going on a 3-night cruise, I only want one port stop. So I can have a full day at sea. I need a day at sea on my 3-day cruise.
Interesting take.
And then it could be a hot take. Let me know what you guys think, because some people want to go. They want to see everything, which I do, which is why I think it's a problem that these itineraries are built like that.
Well, I think I agree, but I am a proponent of staying on the ship. So, like, I, in that case, would turn Nassau or something into a port or sea day. But to counter your opinion, I think that, we go on a lot of cruises, but I think for someone booking like a 3-day trip who hasn't been on a trip in like 8 months, like maybe going to more places is a highlight for them, where it's like, oh, I get to go to 2 different islands.
I can see that.
But
which I do enjoy, because we were on our last 3-night cruise. I was so happy we got to go to Key West and Bimini in just the weekend. But it's just still no time. But I can see your point. And I do enjoy the stacked itinerary, but I also want to enjoy the ship.
You have FOMO.
I do. Big FOMO guy over here.
Yeah. But I agree. I think that I do appreciate having one day to just exist on the ship, explore the ship.
Like the cruise we talked about today, this whole episode, it was a 3-night cruise. We had a sea day, and then we're in Nassau. And it was glorious.
It was really nice.
Got to enjoy the ship, hang out, chill, recharge, relax.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Hot take. Let us know what you guys think about 3-night cruises. Do you even like 3-night cruises? I love 3-night cruises. I know that's a big hot take. I'm giving you a bonus one.
Yeah, that is another hot take. Now that one, we've got some different
We might need
opinions.
a whole episode on 3-night cruises.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, it's too short. I could never. Which I can see, again, like you were saying, if you're going on 1 trip a year, 3 nights is too short.
Oh, yeah.
But as someone who travels a lot or lives in Florida close to a cruise port, I think a 3-night cruise is a great getaway. And if you go into it knowing you don't have a lot of time, go in knowing what you want to do only the highlights. You're not going to be able to do everything.
See, now I'm getting mad. I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking about it in the eye of like, well, in my own eyes too. I mean, we are lucky enough to go on a lot of cruises, but if you're not, I'm thinking about it in the sense of someone who's only getting to go on vacation once or twice a year, and you're booking a 3-night cruise for you and your entire family and so on and so forth. But now I'm getting mad because I'm like, I have FOMO about missing out on a port day, but I also I have FOMO of not getting to go to 2 different places, but I also have FOMO of not getting to enjoy the ship. Like, I'm getting mad. Like there's no happy medium.
You have to go into it knowing you can't do everything.
Oh, and that makes me so mad. Like, why? Like, that makes me so sad. No, don't do that. Oh, no.
So maybe you don't like 3-night cruises?
Well, oh, no, I don't. I can tell you that right now. That's what I said when you said you love them.
I thought you were talking about the other people who don't like them. You don't like 3-night cruises?
No. I mean, I'll go. Like, don't get it twisted. I will go on a 3-night cruise. But it's too short. I've barely gotten into the mindset that I'm left the house. You know what I mean?
Wow.
You know?
That's crazy. I had no idea.
I hate a 3-night cruise. Like, just talking about the Paradise, I wish we would have been on it for 3 more days. You know? And it's a small ship, but I feel like I could have enjoyed it a lot more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that this is another thing. I think we have a trip planned and we were just talking about it. And I was considering like, should we get the drink package? Is it smart to do this? Is it smart to do that? And then I was considering how many days we were in port. And I was like, there's no sense in getting the drink package because we're not going to be on the ship
for 3 days.
For 3 days. Like, but then
we're going to be on the ship for 3 other days. Just on the ship.
So then you're like trying to find that like happy medium of like, how do I enjoy both?
Uh-oh.
I'm getting really mad.
All of a sudden?
I'm getting really mad. This is really starting to get me heated.
There's not enough time.
I think that it depends on what you're going for. Because, and again, I think that we're really lucky that we get to go on so many. So when we go on like a 3-night cruise, in my mind, I'm in kind of like a relaxation mode. This is like, I get a weekend to just sort of function and exist and not have to worry about cooking or making my bed. And I'm happy to be doing that. And yay, I get to be in this fun new place and do something maybe fun and exciting and be on a beach. But I also think when we go on 3-night cruises, we don't do as many fun things as other cruises. Like we find a beach and we go because we go to ports where that's really all you can do is find a beach and go. Which is fine, you know, and that's a wonderful experience, and not everybody gets to do that. And don't get me wrong, it's an amazing experience. But we live in Florida, so I think sometimes it feels like, am I spending money to go sit on a beach type deal?
Yeah.
Because then we don't get to enjoy the ship most of the time because there's 2 sea days or 2 port days.
Wow. I don't know which side of the argument I'm on now.
I know. Like, wait, what do you mean? Like, it's fun. It's nice to get away for a weekend and be able to relax a little bit and not have to make your bed or worry about where you're cooking for dinner. But also the FOMO of it all. Yeah. It eats away at you.
Big FOMO.
We already talked about Celebrity, right? Cruise?
Yes.
That just...
My birthday cruise. Last week's episode.
Which, again, we talked about it very highly and it was a wonderful experience.
2 weeks ago.
We had a great trip. But looking back on it, like, I do feel like I missed a lot of the ship. I feel like I missed out on just experiencing the ship.
See, I'm content with it, which is why now I'm jumping back into my pro 3-nighters.
You're content?
Like, I got what I wanted out of that cruise.
Really?
And I'm very at peace with it. I don't feel like I missed anything. I feel like I got to do everything. And the Paradise, too. Like, I feel content.
Well, I guess I kind of do, too. I don't know.
But I have a big FOMO. So like, yeah, sure. I'm sure there's a lot. Yeah, I don't know. Because we didn't get to go to the sunset. Yep. You know what? I don't know what I feel anymore. I just have FOMO and I like 3-night cruises and I don't like them. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh no.
Well, we are going
to have to let us know your opinions.
Let us know. Yeah.
Maybe we should make a pros and cons list in the comments. Get it going.
Yeah.
What do you think? What are the pros and cons of 3-night cruises?
Let us know, because now I don't know where I stand on the issue.
Oh, man. Well, now I'm just in a bad mood.
Well, with that, I hope we didn't leave you guys in a bad mood, too.
Yeah.
But let us know in the comments if you are and why. But that was our episode recapping our trip on the Margaritaville at Sea Paradise. Again, love that ship. Not the worst rated cruise ship in our eyes.
Our little puppy dog. I'm going to get a dog and name
Oh, that's...
cut that out. I'm gatekeeping that. That's kind of fun.
That is kind of fun.
Or Marg. Short for Margarita.
Your dog's name is Mark? No, Marg.
Marg. Short for Margarita. Put some respect on the name. Short for Margaritaville at Sea Paradise. Short for Margaritaville at Sea Beachcomber. Anyways,
we're gonna go now. Happy weekend. Happy Friday. We will see you guys next week.
Where to next?